Can you share a little bit
Right.
about yourself and the type of shoulder pain you were experiencing before working with us?
Uh, Absolutely. Two surgeries on the right side, one on the left side. Initially, this was 5 tears. This was 4 tears with the bicep, and then supraspinatus the second time. Um, just like a lot of people that have come to your program, I'm sure, I can't sleep. My shoulder hurts. I roll over every night. It's the ice, it's the Tylenol, it's on and on. Not gaining strength, being disappointed, not being able to do the stuff that I've been able to do for 40 years. Well, guess what? Now the light is on at the end of the tunnel. And like I put in my comments, uh, the door's been open for me for several years to do the paddle out for the opening ceremony at the Eddie Aikau.
Yep, that's what I'm talking about, yeah.
Got tore my shoulder, couldn't go. Tore my shoulder, couldn't go. But I'm there and I'm looking at my friends from all over the world being able to do this and then compete. So that's why, needless to say, it was pretty emotional. Um, but it appears though this year with our program, God willing, it looks like I'm gonna be in top shape and I'm super stoked. The one thing I can share, and hopefully that, people that do your program,
Yeah.
this is the deal. I don't care if you're an old guy and you've been beat up like my dad who worked every day and their body hurts and everything. If you want help, Dr. Joey's there. I'm going to plug you. I would recommend you, but you have to want to do it. You
Mm.
can't just do it. You can't do it like 2 days a week
Every day.
and expect a difference. You just can't. And for guys like me that have been playing my sports since I was 8 years old, surfing for 4 years, coming up on 64 years, it's like, look, I feel and I feel like I can train when I was 30 or 35. So it's like right now we built the foundation. Next month it goes into heavy cardio along with what we're doing. It'll be a lot of swimming, a lot of paddling and everything. But with the work that we put in, now I don't feel I have to worry about injury. That's the main thing. I had setback after setback.
Yeah. What made you do
And
sorry.
anybody that's been in my shoes, they know. Sometimes you just ready to throw in the towel and go, oh, yeah, I'm just a grandpa. I had my fun and I did this and rode motorcycles and played basketball, whatever the case is. It
Right.
just, if you want something, you got to put in the effort, you know, and that's it. So,
Absolutely. What made you decide to work with us as a virtual shoulder rehab specialist?
uh, I think number one, because I don't know, I didn't go into great detail as far as, background and all that kind of stuff, but our initial conversation was like the Instagram things that I saw made sense. They were doing, they were doing things that the regular PT stuff doesn't do
Yeah.
because they're there just to patch you up and make you go back to work or whatever, make your arm work.
Yeah.
This, this you were able to diagnose what the issue was, and then we worked on it. Like I said, it's day after day after day, and I just saw improvement week after week. Like I said in the beginning, it's like if you know, and I got kind of emotional, as you know. It's like if this thing doesn't work, then I'm done. Well, you know what? It's working. Like I haven't seen shoulders like this for 20 plus years. And that was a lot of banging iron and
Yeah.
you know, was it pumping iron, the old Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's my generation. So all this new stuff, it just trips me out from our initial thing when you just said, look, you know what? It's a nerve. It's a nerve. And I just, like I said, I didn't see any growth at all from this left side after that rotator cuff surgery.
Yeah.
Now, with all of this and the head and just came to life. Yep.
it's like plugging in an outlet fully in the wall, like, somebody used this with me, like, a couple months ago. It's like for you, you're doing these exercises, but, like, that connection wasn't all the way there because that nerve wasn't getting that
Right.
blood flow and that stimulus. Now that we have it, even you going like this, man, you could see the lines, you could see the bicep getting activated.
Your Zoom calls, your consistency with my programs, my updates was worth every dime. Yep.
Love that. I really appreciate that because that was one of my questions here. Like, what did you think? Like, because you've seen a lot of people over the years. Like, what was different maybe from our approach that stood out to you from other programs?
Well, number one, for me, the deal is it's like I did that CrossFit with Kyle, and he was a great guy and everything.
Yeah.
But this, you sent me a program for me, and
Mm.
I had to open the thing up and do it every day, and I'll continue to do it every day because that's where I want to be. So it was specialized for me. You knew my situation, you listened to me, and it just made sense, but it was kinda like, you know and the thing I did like is when you sent the additional videos, so I could click on those, and if I wasn't sure, then I could go back and rewatch it and rewatch it. Because most guys are pretty visual people, so
Yeah. That's exactly how I am. It's like if you see it once, you go and do it, then you go back again, watch the video, and you kind of compare and contrast there. What did you think about the communication and support throughout the entire process?
uh, I thought it was excellent. I thought it was excellent. I one of my comments I put in there was, "Hey, one thing that I need because my family's just been through all this stuff,
Yeah.
was I needed that encouragement." And it was like, well, if it was a regular workout, you give me thumbs up. But if I commented or had a question about something, you're like, hey, man, you're crushing it. It's like, don't get disappointed. We'll find a way to make it work. Just hang in there, trust the process. And, for me, you know, I've always said it's crazy because you played sports, I played sports. I still have coaches in my head, and it's just, they'll be there till the day I'm dead. It's like, is that all you got? Is that the best you can do today?
Isn't that crazy how you could remember those things from so
Oh,
long ago still? I feel the same exact I remember my high school coach or even my coaches from 20 plus years ago. That's so funny that you brought that up with it. One of the coolest things that you kinda talked about on that initial call was, like, going out and doing things on, like, your way. Can you elaborate a little bit on that?
yeah. I've always been a pretty independent kind of person, and I've always been in sports since I started playing Little League at 8. I think I lied about my age or something. You have to be 9, but I've always been one person that got challenged. I always had to play with older kids, so you get better faster and this and that. And so after having these injuries and stuff, it was like, okay, here's the deal. Is life gonna shut me down, or am I gonna be able to tap out and say, okay, 45 years of surfing, I've achieved what I wanted to. That's why this ceremony is a big deal for me. But I want to be able at the end of the day to be able to say, you know what, I gave it my all. And right now I can't surf 30-foot surf, but I did. And I'm gonna go out on my own terms. You know, it's like the guy that he's not gonna get carried off the football field. He's gonna limp it off, even with a broken leg. He's going, he's nobody will carry him off. And so, yeah, this program is making me strong again, and it's gonna put me in that position to say, yeah, okay, I did it on my terms. Nobody told me how to do it, what to do, I did it in my garage and in my living room and at the beach and at the gym.
Mm.
I didn't have anybody standing around yelling at me or telling me I wasn't good enough. That's in my own head. I got that. But no, when I'm ready to shut it down and hang the surfboards on the wall and show my pictures to my grandkids, it's gonna be like, yeah, I did that, and I'm, and now we're on to the next chapter.